So I got to ask this question. You ever dealt with an entitled kid? Yeah. Someone goes, yeah, Granite Bay, we do. People at Wood Creek are like, we got them too. The people at Roseville are like, they're at our place too. Guys, everywhere I go, I hear about the entitled kids, but I want to ask this question. As an educator, are you entitled? Are you entrusted? Do you feel entitled? Because here's the truth. You get 6 or 8, 10 years into this, you don't get those pink slips anymore. You get 12, 15 years into this, it's pretty easy to say, well, I got a job. Even when the economy got bad, you were like, I'm doing okay. And we can shift into that entitled feeling of, and we can go on cruise control. Or do you feel entrusted with that life of that child? I was at McDonald's 9 o'clock at night with a client one night. I had to drive an hour, and she said, hey, come by, we'll chat for a minute. I'd done kids all day, parents that night. We're sitting at McDonald's. My back is to the counter, and I hear her go, oh, you got to meet Rosie. She goes, Rosie, come here. She said, Linda, right in a minute. I kind of glanced over my shoulder. I saw this McDonald's person walking backwards. And she's talking to someone, and then she turns and looks at me, and this is one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. It was just kind of this weird moment to go, okay, and she said, hi, Linda, what? Because this is my friend Phil. Phil, this is Linda, or Rosie. And I said, hi, Rosie, nice to meet you. And she goes, why are you in town? She goes, well, I spoke at the school. What did you talk about? And I started telling her. She goes, did you talk at the elementary school? I said, no. She's, my 2 little boys are at the elementary school. I wish you could talk to them. I said, no, I did the middle school and the high school parents tonight. And I looked at her because I was like, what would you want me to talk to your elementary kids about? And all of a sudden, everything changed. She got intense. She looked at me. She said, I would tell them to stay in school. School's really important. I said, what? And she just pulled up the sleeve of her McDonald's jersey, and there was a rose tattoo. She said, I got this put on when I was a sophomore in high school. She said, I'm beautiful. I've been told that my whole life. She said, sometimes it's a burden. She said, when I was a sophomore, I put this tattoo on, and I walked by boys in the hall, and they'd look at me and smile, and I'd be thinking, never. She said, when I was a sophomore, I was dating a guy out of high school. She said, before too long, I was pregnant. She said, I tried for a little while to stay in school, and she said, before too long, it was just really hard. Then I was pregnant again. And after the second child was born, he was gone. And now it's just me and my mom and my 2 little boys. She said, my life today, I come to McDonald's. After I drop the boys off at school, I feed them breakfast. I get them to school. I come and work the lunch shift. And I go home, pick up my boys, we do homework, and I get them ready for bed, and my mom gets them to bed, and I come and work the night shift. And she said, but every day when I walk those boys up to that gate, I look at them and say, this is so important. You promised me you will do your best. And she says, I turn and I wave at their teachers, and I'm so thankful for those teachers. And she said, I got to get to work. And she pushed off her mop bucket. And I've never been the same. Because that moment I realized how many parents out there trust us, we educators. They entrust us with the life of that child. And they trust that we're going to give it our best. And those moments when we shift into the title, because I got to believe every one of us at some point have. Because it gets hard and it gets wearisome and it gets tiring. And that's why you need your colleague to come in and make you laugh or encourage you or lift you up. Or say, hey, I know that your mom's hurting right now. Go home, I'll cover your class. Or hey, I know that you've been struggling. Your newborn baby's been keeping you up at night. Let's partner with you. I'll help you get some of those lesson plans done. Because we are so much better together. Those silos suck us out of us. They take it out of us. But when we look at each other and we say, we can do this together, it makes all the difference to those kids, to their parents, and to the communities that entrust us.